The soles had holes. The leather was cracked, but he still wore them, see, every single day. He walked with his head high, but his shoes told a different story. They were old, too small now, painful in the cold, wet in the rain, burning in the heat. But he never complained, not once. He walked miles in those shoes, to work, from work, to the market, to the school, sometimes even barefoot and when the shoes hurt too much. People laughed at him. "Why don't you buy new ones? Throw those away. Are you saving them for a museum?" But he just smiled and kept walking, because what they didn't know was this: those shoes were feeding his family. Each time he walked past the shoe store, he looked at the window. Shiny new shoes, soft, comfortable, ones that didn't hurt his toes or rub his skin, but he kept walking, because across town, two little boys waited for him with school bags full of hope and notebooks full of dreams. Their school didn't allow torn uniforms or missing shoes, so he made sure they had the best he could afford: clean shirts, polished shoes, backpacks with working zippers, even when he had to skip lunch, even when his stomach growled through the night. He remembered the day his older son said, "Dad, my friend said you look poor." He looked down at his shoes and smiled. Then he said, "Tell your friend that I wear these shoes so you can wear yours with pride." The boy didn't understand it then, but he never forgot it. At work, his boss offered him a small bonus one year. "Buy something nice," he said. He nodded. He passed the clothing store. He passed the shoe shop. He walked straight to the school supply store. He bought a new compass set, pencils, erasers, books, because his younger son had said the night before, "Dad, I want to be an engineer." He didn't know what an engineer truly did, but he knew his son would need tools to build his future. His wife once asked him quietly, "Don't your feet hurt?" He said, "Yes, but not as much as my heart would hurt if they ever had to stay home because we couldn't afford their fees." One rainy morning, he slipped on the wet ground. His shoe, torn and tired, had finally given up. But instead of getting angry, he laughed. Not because he was happy, but because he had made it one more month, one more term, one more school year. He picked himself up, tied the torn shoe with a plastic string, and kept walking. At night, when everyone slept, he sat by the window and stared at the stars. He didn't dream of riches or holidays or fancy dinners. He dreamed of diplomas, graduation caps, smiling children walking across stages. And then one day, his older son came home with an envelope. It was an acceptance letter, full scholarship, to a university in the city. He looked at the paper, then at his son, then at his shoes. He smiled because he knew it was all worth it. Years passed. The shoes were gone now, finally, buried in the back of a wooden cupboard, kept like treasure, because that's what they were. The younger son now had his own office. The older one flew in once a year with gifts and hugs. They wore suits, they had nice shoes, but every time they hugged him, they looked down and remembered. One day at a family dinner, the younger one said, "Dad, why didn't you ever buy yourself new shoes?" He looked up and said quietly, "Because I was walking toward your future, not away from mine." Silence. His sons stared. At him, no words, only tears, because now they understood. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear shoes with holes so their children can step into a better life. My sacrifice was not pain. It was love. Honor the quiet sacrifices.